watch me go from drab to fab.
Why did you get close to me? Thought it was supposed to be me and you and me, so complete, so complete.
So let's get right into it. This is more of a get ready with me than a tutorial, but I will be doing a little bit of explaining. First, we're going to put these contacts in. Then we're going to prep the skin for our makeup routine. But first, we're going to take a little coffee break. Showing off my DJ skills right here and my dance moves, period. So the first thing that I did to prep my skin was the hyaluronic acid serum and some aloe vera gel. And now I'm going to go in with the rice toner. The hyaluronic acid serum is homemade, and I will be showing you how to make that in another video. I've been dealing with some irritation on my skin, so we're going to tread lightly during this routine. First, we're going to start with this Marshmallow primer by NYX. Getting that all up in the skin. My playlist had me in a chokehold this entire video, so don't mind me. I just like to put a little loose powder, setting powder on that primer if it's just a little too damp. And we're going in with this Ultimate Utopia palette in the darkest color that's in the palette. It's not exactly black, but this is the color I like to use on my brows actually. It's kind of like a grayish, muted, bluish black. So it's the perfect color for my eyebrows because my hair is black, but not true or jet black. I like a very natural look for my brows because they're already pretty thick. So I'm really just going in and filling in some of the lighter spots and just really giving them a nice shape and following the natural shape of the brow, but just kind of defining it a little more. I also prepped the brow with some brow gel. I just got the new Nyx Brow Gel and it's pretty good. It's really thick. It's kind of like the consistency of a glue stick, which is good. Going in with this Maybelline concealer, Super Stay Concealer to be exact. I love all Maybelline products as far as their base products for the foundation, concealer, setting powder, foundation powder. Super good for that. They also have a super grip or grippy primer that I want to try, so I will be doing a video on that and just doing a test run. But right now I'm just redefining those brows with the concealer and blending out the concealer so it's not so harsh. And just making sure I have a precise line and really making the shape of the brow that I want. Now I'm going to use my foundation brush to just blend that concealer out even more, just to make it blend into the rest of my face before I put on the rest of my concealer and then foundation. Though for this look, I am going to do the eyes first because I want to make sure none of the possible fallout of the shadow gets anywhere else on my face. So we're going to go in with this brown color to go ahead and lay the foundation of the rest of the shadow. Because we are using black shadow is why I am starting this makeup look off with the eye look first, because it's just safer. And make sure you don't have to do so much cleanup and you have a clean eye look before you go ahead and begin the rest of your look. This is what I'm using as my black shadow because I don't actually have a dark enough black shadow that I want to use as the base. Using this is a little bit tricky because it's really not built to layer, if that makes sense. So I really had to pack this stuff on here to create the base that I wanted. I'm still going to use a black shadow, but I just needed several layers of a black shadow for it to be right. So I just went in with this to have a good base. And when you're using this black shadow, it is the scarier part of the look. But I mean, you can always just clean up and try again and clean up and try again until you get the desired shape that you want. And that's exactly what I did, girl. Don't even feel no type of way. I cleaned up and did again and cleaned up and did it again so many times. So don't worry about nothing. Just keep on going and working with the color until you get the shape that you want. Now that we have a good black base, we're going to go in with the darkest color in this NYX palette, which is basically black. It's just a little bit of a bluish black. That's why we needed to layer the blacks to make sure it comes off super black. So now I'm going to pack that onto the center of my eyes, basically right on the lid area, and concentrate it in the lid area. Now we're going to take that brown after we pack that on and create an ombre look, basically. Now we're going to take a makeup wipe and wipe off all the excess, any fallout, anything that just shouldn't be there, and really clean up the look and get that sharp edge. And we're going to do this with the makeup wipe. Now we're going to go in with the rest of our concealing. Conceal those dark circles, girl. My dark circles have been so bad lately. And I think it's just because of sleep deprivation, dehydration, me being malnutrition, PCOS, you name it. It's like so much trying to work against me right now with the dark circles. But we're on that road to glass skin, y'all. So I'm going to take my sponge and blend this out. And really just take my time blending it out, but keeping it concentrated in the places that I want it thickest, which is right in those dark spots. Now I'm going to use NYX Bear With Me Blur in light medium. This is actually my first time working with this foundation. I feel like it's not as full coverage as I would have wanted it to be. But you know, we gonna make it do what it do, and we gonna use it today and make the best out of it, you know? I feel like it's a very much so I want some light makeup looks today. But if you want super duper duper full coverage, I don't think this is the foundation for that. Still cute, still good, but not really full coverage like I was actually expecting. Not giving a bad review, but you know. So I'm adding some more concealer because of the fact that it wasn't as full coverage as I thought it was going to be. So I'm just adding some more concealer because some of the dark circles and things was kind of still peeking through that foundation. So I just wanted to clean that up a bit. And you're going to see me apply concealer over and over again throughout this routine because, you know, if I see a little error, I'm going to tweak it. So I'm just going to set everything that I just did. And after I set everything, I'm going to move to the next step. This is the setting powder that I'm using today. I'm going to brush off the excess. And then we're going to go into the contour. So I'm using this contour palette and I'm using that darkest two colors at the end. And this is just the beginning of the contour. I like to add some red tones. And that's what I'm using this for. And then I'm going to go in and layer another bronzer on top of that. That's like a more brownish neutral tone just to create depth, but I wanted some warmth as well, so that's why I layered them. And we're just gonna work that right up under the cheekbone. Now we're going to put some of that on our forehead as well, adding that color back to our face. After that foundation, it's very important to add the depth and the color back to your face. That's what makes it look more flesh-like. Then we're going to go in and sculpt the chin a little bit. And just right underneath the jawline, add some bronzer to sculpt the chin. One of these days, I'm gonna get rid of this double chin, but until then, the contour bust we go. And I'm just gonna go right underneath the jawline and then take my powder brush and really blend it out and buff, buff, buff until it doesn't look so harsh and it just looks kind of like a natural shadow. So I'm going to take this banana powder and cut this contour, baby. Cut that contour, make it look snatched. Now I'm going to take this gel eyeliner from Ulta Beauty and line all around my eyes. Just cleaning up the eye look after, you know, all the eyelining and things. I did not feel like it was bright enough under my eyes, so I did go in with this NYX Corrector stick and blended that out as best as I could. It was very thick and very tacky, so this is definitely something you need to use firstly before you begin the rest of your foundation, but I made it work. I just felt like the under eyes was not bright enough. So I went in with that and some extra concealer. Yes, again. Because I needed that bright under eye. I love a bright under eye, especially right now that I am suffering from dark circles, honey. So we're gonna set that and make sure it's in place to stay all night. Now pay attention because I'm about to put y'all on. I'm using the Seamless Invisible Band Under Lashes. So these go under the lash line, and it has a bonding glue serum that you use to stick the lashes on underneath the lash. And these look so much more natural than regular lashes. They look so much better. You can kind of go more the subtle natural route, and you can also go the va va voom route as well, but these are so much better. And I'm gonna apply mascara over them as well. Look at me seeing if y'all can see this. Are y'all getting this? So we're gonna put that mascara on top of everything just to blend the look and just make everything look seamless. And honestly, these looked like my real natural lashes. I went in with this lash comb that I like to use to really separate those lashes and make sure there's no clumpies. Then I use the Buttermelt Blush to go ahead and put some cute blush on my face. I love this cool toned Barbie blush. It's so cute. And I didn't use a lot of it because I did want the blush to remain subtle for this look. But I'm going to blend the crap out of this blush. Do not stop blending. Do you hear me? Do not stop blending. It's not done. Keep going. Blend. Blend again. Push that blush up into that under eye. Keep going. Blend. Blend it. Yeah. Blend some more. More. Little more. Yeah, push. Little more. Little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, a little more. Little more. Yeah, you get the picture. We're gonna keep going. Put a little blush on my nose, and then I'm gonna use that color from the contour palette that I used before and go in the inner corners of my eyes and the sides of my nose. I don't really like the traditional nose contour because it just looks too fake for me. So I just add a little bit of shadow to like give the illusion that your nose is thinner without actually contouring your nose. Now I'm lining my lips with my favorite lip liner, and it's so old I don't even remember what brand it is, and the label is non-existent. Now I'm gonna go in with this NYX cream lipstick and put that on the inside of my lips, blend that out with a brush, and then I'm gonna add this gloss. This is a peptide gloss. I'm actually gonna link it below. It's pretty expensive, but it's so good. It's so moisturizing, and it's not just for the look, it's also nourishing. So I love to use it. Now we're gonna set with this Marshmallow setting spray by NYX. And get that fan back out and just go ahead and dry that setting spray so that everything stays put. I'm just gonna do a little tissue test and make sure that I don't have any lipstick on my teeth. And this is the final look. And this was a semi full face of NYX Cosmetics. And I love how it came out. It's so cute. I love it. And I'm feeling like a baddie. And I'm the one, yeah. Okay. Y'all let me know what else y'all want to see. See you next time.
In a way you said nothing. You don't, no kiss, no loving. You didn't. It's a shame, but it brings about the weekend me. Brings about the weekend me. Spend a lot of time with me. You did.